live music in Birmingham is back. Go to bmusic.co.uk.
Amazing. Right, if anyone is outside and they're trying to look for the Jason Donovan concert, it's not in here, but if you'd like to come to Poetry Jam, please make your way in and we are going to start. So, good evening everybody, how are we doing? Make a little bit of noise in the room. Wow, 2 people, that's amazing. Okay, everyone, make some noise in the space. Come on. Thank you. Well, welcome to Poetry Jam. My name is Tom. I'm part of the team at Beat Freaks here. And if you want to follow us, we're at Beat Freaks. You can catch us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, where we are streaming live as well. So if you can see the cameras around, you are special, but it is more so for people at home as well. So anyone that's watching live or watching on the playback, welcome to this space as well. We are aware that obviously COVID's doing its thing still, but we are still persistent in what's going on. It's the new variant. It's the the Omicron wave. I can't pronounce it anymore. There's different names that are going on, but it's good that people can make it out here and they are doing good. So, just to explain a bit of the format of Poetry Jam, if you're here for the first time, Poetry Jam is... should we close those doors? If that's all right. If you know, Poetry Jam is we open the first Thursday night of the month. It's been going since 2013. It's an opportunity for people to speak their truth, whether you're young or older or any kind of background, whatever it is, you are welcome in this space. We try and create safe spaces for people to be their best selves and tell their truth unfiltered. A few guidelines of how the night works. You're going to see some more people kind of trickling through because it's cold and it's going to take a minute for everyone to get settled, which is fine. People have a chance to sign up. So someone on our team, Jamie, is at the back with a laptop. If you want to sign up and you haven't done just yet, you can still do that. We're going to have a little break very soon. How it goes is people can come up to the stage. So I'll call it the next act at a time. You will have some set guidelines on what you're delivering. We do want to make sure that it's unfiltered, so you might hear some strong language, you might hear some sensitive content, but this is the space where we're trying to create for people on that. If you're a bit uncomfortable with that, I'll just suggest any performers just to kind of give some trigger warnings for people, just out of a bit of respect. Timings for poetry, we're going to be strict on here. We really want to push for about 3 minutes because we do have a smaller set of people tonight. But if you can perform around one poem. If you've got two short ones, that's perfectly fine as well. But around that kind of 3 to 4-ish kind of minutes is really, 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 really helpful. If your poem is like half an hour, then that's just going to be, it's not going to be as helpful. So if you can try and stick to that time, that's going to be really, really helpful for everybody else that is performing. I think that's it. I've talked too much. Does that make sense to everybody? Is that all right? For those who are watching, always ask for a lot of support. So when we call up every actor to perform, we always ask for a big round of applause. Let's try that right now. Give us a round of applause. Okay. Cooperation, loving that. So we always give the support for everybody in the space. And then also, if you find something that's a bit deeper or a bit moving, or any way that you're connecting with the poem, we always just say, just click. Give a little bit of click. Just give us in the room as well. Let's see if your fingers are working. And if you can't click, maybe just pat something. I don't know. And then a big, big clap for when someone's finished and when they're entering an exit stage. Right. I've given a lot of information. I've told you where to follow us. But everybody is here for the acts to perform as well. There's going to be some first-timers in the room. There's going to be people, some experience as well. Any first-timers to Poetry Jam itself? Give us a round of applause for people in the room. Come on. Amazing. Okay, I am going to go straight into the first act. Now, you might not be number one on there, but you're going to be the first person that is available. I'm really looking forward to this one. Can we make some noise for The Broken Poet? Sorry, I know you were third, but you were first in the available, so that's cool for you. Keep going.
I fucking opened last time as well. That's all I got to say. This one's like a continuation of like a previous poem I wrote. It's kind of like about how fragile life is. So, it's called Mortality. It's got a lot of themes in there. That might trigger you. If it does, no, fuck you. Our mortality is a very precious thing because at any moment a fatality can occur to us. And I don't mean like the ones in Mortal Kombat. We walk the tightrope of life and death every instant of every moment in our lives. How many times will I cheat death in my life? It's twice now. Once being run over by a car and escaping with a broken arm and a metal rod left in my arm for life. The other surviving a near-death experience with COVID-19. I must be like a cat and have 9 lives. 2 down, 7 to go. But all jokes aside, tomorrow is guaranteed to no one. We just think we're immortal and live forever, like the Oasis song. Who knows? Maybe we will, through our digital footprint. Maybe a piece of us will stay behind and live on when we're gone. When I was at my worst, my best friend, who's an atheist and never prayed in his life, telling me this was the only thing he prayed for, was for my survival. I guess even sinners turn to believers when something so important, like life, is on the line. What if I died though? What would it been like on the other side? Is it like when you go to sleep and everything goes dark? Or being brought up a Muslim? Is there really a heaven and hell, like I was taught there was? Would the angel of death take me to hell? Because fuck, I'm not a good Muslim. I've drank alcohol, fucked before marriage, missed my prayers several times a day. Would the angels that supposedly record everything on my left shoulder, the good, and on the right, the bad, roll out the scrolls of everything I've done in this mortal life in front of the Almighty? Which will be longer? In my case, it's definitely the bad. What will the funeral be like? I definitely will like the grime song, You'll Miss Me When I'm Not Around, played, because that is what is most definitely happens when we depart from this world. Being from a Muslim background, no, they wouldn't play that. It'd probably be a bunch of people just sitting around in a mosque doing du'as, and relatives you haven't seen in ages coming up to family members saying it was Allah's mercy, we are sorry for your loss. Fake consoling my family members. Why am I even thinking about this stuff? Is it because I was on the brink of death, twitching on the cliff's edge? So was my sister when she was in the hospital COVID, and my nephew being stabbed in the chest and involved in a car crash. All whilst I was hallucinating in a hospital bed, not knowing what the fuck was going on. Life is bare fragile. In the instant you could be gone. Our mortality is a very precious thing, because at any moment a fatality can occur to us. I don't mean like the ones in Mortal Kombat. We walk the tightrope of life and death every instant, every moment in our lives. Life has given me another chance, but all habits die hard. like procrastinating and wasting my time endlessly scrolling on my phone. Wake up. Wake up. Wake the fuck up! Sometimes all you need is a slap in the face to really wake you up to the beauty of everything that is around you. Drink it in, because it's the moments that really matter. Being in the present and in it, because they disappear so fast. But we'd rather stay into our screens than admire the beauty in each other that surrounds us. Maybe it's just me being old, or my perspective being shifted. Life is going to throw shit at you, no matter what. Mine's coming from a poor background, mental health, self-esteem issues, suicidal feelings, losing my father to cancer, and me nearly dying twice. But like an Olympic hurdler, we can jump over these challenges in life that life throws at us and overcome them. And if I can stand here today, so can you. Like Noah said, the world is yours. So be true to yourself. Be who you want to be. Don't let no one hold you back from it. Do what gives you pleasure and joy in life. If that's an orgasm a day to keep the doctor away, or having a drink or a smoke, or reading a nice book, you do you. Because life is too short for any BS. I know who I am. Skinny, tall, shy, introvert. But day by day, I'm trying to change that. So don't forget to challenge yourself in life too. So let's all wake up to the beauty that's in each and every one of us, because you are beautiful no matter what you think of yourself. And there's more people that care about you than you realize. So if you need help, don't be hesitant. Just go out and get it. There's no shame in it. If you're struggling, because we all struggle at times. So life really is great, even though you may not see it through the mist sometimes. Our mortality is a very precious thing, because at any moment a fatality can occur to us. And I don't mean like the ones in Mortal Kombat. We walk the tightrope of life and death every instant of every moment in our lives. Cheers.
Thank you, welcome poet. I don't know about you, but sometimes I hear certain poetry and I'm just like, wow, I need to just reflect on my life a little bit. But thank you for that. This is a space where people get to share where they are and their story as well. We've got our next poet coming to the stage. You're going to hear some different flavours tonight, which is what's so great about Poets Jam. Can you please welcome RVJ? You weren't ready. He wasn't ready. He was like, oh, shame. Oh, yo, me. Okay. Go for it, man. Thank you.
Evening, everyone. Right, I'm RVJ, and I'm going to do this poem called Take Care. So the first time I did this poem, it didn't have a name, and I did it, and a friend suggested I name it or title it Take Care, so I hope you do enjoy it. So the hurt you've suffered, I'm sorry to hear, but I had nothing to do with that. And I hope as you're listening to my voice, you can hear that I'm genuinely being sincere about that. Why am I being treated as though I've caused you unbearable pain? I must confess I am confused. Why am I being treated as though I've caused you unbearable hurt? I'm pretty sure that our pain, if not entirely similar, is somewhat the same. I'm asking you this because you arouse my interest, and not because of some secretly pre-planned act to trick you and cause you despair. There was something about you that I was attracted to, and I'm just trying to appreciate the substance that was packaged within your care. I'm not expecting you to make this easy, and I understand your reasons for approaching with fear. The fear of not getting your heart tampered with again has protected your sanity, and though ironic, that's your own duty of care. All I ask is that you merit me on the actions I present to you wrapped in ribbons of unconditional love and exceptional care. Whilst we're on the topic of easy, that's just another descriptive lie when it comes to you, and not one that I'm currently trying to hear. You're far too valuable to be associated with such words, so attempts are made to devalue you. Why? To me, it's unclear. I will listen to the struggles you choose to express to me, and I will pay attention to the ones that are secretly lurking up here. That way, each time they surface to cause you distress by your side, I'll be protecting you, whilst motivating you to overcome your fears. I'm not trying to pick an argument with you. Believe me, there's nothing appealing about that. So if there isn't an intention to have a conversation with me, then whether or not I like it, I'm good with that. Your personal space, I will respect. I can promise to do that. And though promises are nothing new to you, my intention is to add value to the promises I pack. My Nubian Rose, please don't punish me for their mistakes. You said you've heard it all before, so being receptive to what I have to say is not currently where you're at. Well, whilst you're over there searching for yourself and getting your life back on track, I'll be over here relocating mountains and redefining hell, just to prove to you that protecting your heart is worth all of that. My empress, my queen, my one and only melanin-flavored cocoa butter concentrated exotic blend of all things perfect. I'm just trying to get to know you, your likes, your dislikes, all of that. How you like your eggs, and not necessarily in the morning. And if you don't eat eggs, then why not? I know if given the choice, you'll choose not to have your heart broken again. I get it, but there's no guarantee in that. But if ever you should experience hurt and your heart is clouded by pain, I will be nature's natural phenomenon striking immediately just to let my love reign. You have experience in fighting, but I'm not here to do that. What I will fight for, though, is the opportunity to protect the place in your heart that produces the beat that gives us the rhythm as we dance along life's track. Black women, black queens, you are of me and I'm of you. I don't need science to tell me that this is true. I can hear it every day in the things that we say. I can see it in the things that we do. Black men, I started off this poem in an effort to highlight that there's good in some of you, but I can't ignore the fact that there's some of us out here recklessly hurting women who aren't destined to be with you, and we know it. Imagine you find your empress, the one you want to wife, and because of a previous guy, she's having trouble accepting of it has come full circle. She wants to, but she's unable to truly connect with you. So now you have a Lego-like relationship at any given minute detachable. Now you find yourself in the unfortunate position where the game is being played on you. Look into yourselves. Acknowledge your shortfalls. You know, the ones that constantly be deceiving you. That way, she can be herself without always being on full attack mode whilst looking for clues. Clues that will let her know if this is the true you. Black women, black queens, you articulate visions that motivate dreams. Without you, Mother Earth wouldn't be this vibrant. You bring color to every scene. I'm just trying to express to you that you're important and that you're valued and that I hold you in high esteem. RVJ. I don't know why I'm sweating like that. I think it's because it's my first time here. I've just to add, so I came straight from London from work just to be here tonight because I've seen you guys online and I just thought, you know what, I want to get out of London a little bit. I want to do a bit of performances out of London. And yeah, thank you very much for having me, and I appreciate that. It's RVJ_wordplay. If you like what you hear, you can find me on Instagram. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. Give it up, give it up, give it up. RVJ, you had some good descriptive words there. You know, I like the cocoa butter one. I can't remember what that one was. I need to see more of that work, but thank you. Just giving an opportunity, if people want to take a seat, if you come in halfway, do not worry, feel free to kind of feel comfortable. While you're getting ready and just getting a bit more relaxed, I'm going to ask one or two questions. I want you to turn to somebody. Christmas is coming up, whether you celebrate it or not. I want you to say to somebody, what is the one gift that you would like to receive? Money, no objects. So one gift, it can be materialistic, it could be time, it could be a bit more poetic. And what is the one gift you want to give? So one gift you want to receive, one gift you want to give. I want you to turn to someone next to you and tell them. It was Chris. And a nice Dyson one. Come on. So just for those who have just come through and you're just settling down, welcome to Poets Jam. If you're watching this for the first time as well, this is a space, unfiltered, uninterrupted truth through poetry and spoken word. Okay, are we ready for the next one? One person. Are we ready for the next one? Make some noise. Come on, 3 people, loving it. Okay, we are going to welcome to the stage Josh Welch. Make some noise. Come on, come on, come on. You can do better than that. Come on.
Thank you. I'd like to do a piece about gambling addiction. It's something that I've got a personal relationship with that you'll hear about. And it's something that's close to my heart because I think as a society we're struggling to deal with the problems because we can't see them. You won't know a gambling addict until you come into your life. And so, yeah, just my experience, and I'm sure you probably know someone if you haven't already met someone who's struggling with it. So 2 hours in the bookmakers each day. Grandad didn't keep pigeons, but he sure loved a flutter. Grandad was a gambling addict back when it was impolite to put those two words together. Grandad was a sporting man. Grandad was a racing man. An insight into the gambler's mentality. Grandad woke up in a council house in Dudley every morning and told himself that his luck had turned. Think about that. That's more than optimism. It's said that insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, which is why Grandad never backed the same horse twice. Grandad, you passed away 3 years before I was even born. Stories and a handful of photographs are all I have to piece together, and I can't reconcile the conflict I feel. I know you worked hard to provide for the wife and 5 children you loved, but only you know what they were deprived of by the same hands. Grandad, I want to understand. I want to be on your side, but nothing about this is easy. Thank you very much.
Josh, you left me on a cliffhanger there, man. I was sucked in. Wow. Yeah, we need a bit more of that, please. So whenever you can sign up again, please. Can you just give a round of applause for Josh again, please? Thank you. Right, I'm going to keep it flowing. We're going to welcome Pooja to the stage. Pooja, in the house. Are we here? Come down.
Hi, so my name's Pooja. This is my first time at Poetry Jam. And it's my first time performing any of my poetry as well, so... So this poem that I wrote after I finished university. It's basically about my journey, 5 years at dental school studying dentistry, and about that journey, and then how COVID affected it at the end. So it's called the Reflecting 2020 Graduate. So here we go. It feels so liberating to have finished at last. University memories, now pages of the past. 5 years ago starting in Cardiff, Wales, in Talibont North, Glamorgan Vale. Excited but nervous, wandering around. Jitters and tingles, not making a sound. Halls large, compact and growing old. Laughter always heard, an unforgettable gold. Close friendships formed with humble and sweet thoughts shared. Never forgetting moments of upset when someone always cared. Nights in the Union with music pumping and where VKs flow. Singing carefree along to songs, lyrics that you don't really know. Chatting to anyone and constantly forming new connections, whilst not realizing the development in yourself, a moving direction. Lost in the degree initially, sitting in lecture halls, confused and stressed. Coming home to your room, feeling an isolated mess. Flicking through PowerPoints, having no clue what any of it means, and calling home to see how everyone is in those times in between. Hungry and homesick, you head to the kitchen to try and make dinner, but you burnt it again, and your body is getting thinner. How signing is approaching, and it feels like a race. Stop, slow down, there actually is no chase. You've signed, it's complete, and there's nothing you can do. Time to focus on finishing the year and getting through. You somehow make it, even if just about. Year 2 is up next. Do you have any doubts? You move into your new place and try to make it a home. A new area now, fresh roads to roam. You feel more mature, experienced somehow. But really, you're still quite lost. You just don't know it now. You decide this year to be more organized and planned, to listen more in lectures and try to understand. You have folders and notes from A to Z, with later night studying, more coffee, more tea. People you once knew, they seem to be fading, with other issues arising, soon cascading. It's not long till you don't feel so quite well put together, lost in despair and under the weather. You put on a brave smile, a new persona when you leave the door, so that no one should see that you have struggling flaws. It gets better, it gets worse, a series of hills, a staggered pathway of learning life's map of new skills. Joining societies and becoming more involved and aware that you're capable of doing other things. Breathe, don't be scared. Theatrical shows and feeling part of a team. Pinching yourself, is this a dream? Another year to a close and more goodbyes. 3rd year is here, with yet even more surprise. You see new freshers and soon begin to feel old, witnessing recklessness motions uncontrolled. Was I like that once? Was that really me? Yes, it was, most likely ×3. Games nights, bars, and restaurants become the new fun. What's happening? Am I my mom? Somewhere along the way, you learnt to appreciate the smaller things, and you became stronger, more passionate, spreading your wings. Family's still important. You never forget them or your roots. After all, they got you here, your journey of pursuit. It becomes that year where perhaps you're ready to meet that special person. But if not, that's okay. Leave it to fate to make it certain. Making better use of time, traveling, or planning a weekend day out. Everything is happier. You have fewer doubts. You excel this year, the best you have ever done. An inexplicable feeling, you finally won. The summer is the best it's been in a while. Steps no longer seem like an extra mile. At this point, most people graduate with a scroll of art. But that's still not you yet. You're not ready to depart. You have year 4, year 5 still to go. Needless to say, a tiresome blow. 4th year a drag, everything a slow, snail-like climb. Daydreaming of being qualified to help pass the time. Sometimes you ask yourself, are you bored or wiser? Because now you've become your best advisor. Coursework, clinics, and endless repeat, napping and binge eating, dragging your feet. As the wind whistles, rain trickles, 5th year dawn arises. With finals, papers in sight, no compromises. You're past that now, you only have eyes for the crown. With endless slog, no time to break down. That finishing line, it's getting much nearer. Whilst your time at university is also dearer. The papers are done and job interviews are looming. Everything is immense, all the more consuming. You dress to impress because these are the last few hurdles. You can't afford to give in, stop and curdle. December is approaching, and this is your last Christmas as a student. Emotions sink in, feeling more prudent. New Year's Eve and you feel a small spark, a little ignition, a whisper in the dark. 2020 feels different because something is coming. Unknown what it is, just a background humming. At the stroke of midnight, we cheers and forget. Anything and everything, no regrets. This term feels strange, as everything is the last, a spell that's ending its wishful cast. The television in the background with the mention of corona in the world, not realizing the impact that it could be hurled. Fifth year carried on with only targets in mind to meet, when actually there were greater things at the stake of defeat. All of a sudden, there was a halt, with emails to go home, panicked parents and friends calling over the phone. Term stopped, with confusion and despair amidst, a darkness of worry, fear loomed and kissed. That small echo in the background had now come to light. It became a matter of life and death, true nature's fight. Faces became hidden as people wore masks, just to get food, now an essential task. Finishing courses had suddenly changed. Online systems from home, is this deranged? Maybe so, maybe not, but it could become our new normality, as we adjust, adapt, whilst there is mortality. Degree results soon came, and we found out we passed. Squealing of excitement, it is finished at last. That final stretch is a stretch no more. University's complete, should I shut the door? Graduation postponed a year later than we'd hoped. But really it's not that bad, so we needn't mope. A whole year to have something special to come, to put on gowns and throw hats in the blissful sun. University is a maze, but you will get through. If I can do it, then trust me, you can too. Thank you.
Well, first time, and can we just give it up again? Thank you so much. I love just watching sometimes. I like watching around the room and just people just smiling and connecting with that. It's just really amazing to see. We've got another poet just coming up, but if people want to just feel comfortable, there's some seats at the front. If you want to sit down, do not be afraid. People performing, they won't bite. I hope. So definitely take your seats, make yourself feel comfortable, and we're going to go for our next act. Our next performer, it's Mickey the Suave Angel. Can you make some noise, please? Come on,
I'm only gonna go for this one because it's equal to my height. My height is a problem. Don't judge me. But yeah. First off, can we just make some extra love for Pooja, please? Because that was her first time performing, and I felt that, even though I was in college, not uni. I felt that. I honestly actually did. So as usual, I don't know what I'm doing. Poetry-wise, I know I'm up here to perform. I just know what poem to go for. Just avoid the confusion. I was thinking of doing this one because I know of where I saw RVJ, BYOB, but then I thought of this one. Actually, no, I'll go for that one because I'm for that one. Okay, so this one, little backstory. I did this piece in the Open Mind workshop run by Rohan Samuel, who's an amazing poet that comes from the London area. Koino, that's my spot. That's my spot, Koino! Get up the... Sorry. Anyways. I'm sorry, I feel so bad. Right, anyways. This is a piece from one of the workshops. I forgot which season it was. 28th of May, 28th of May, this year, obviously. And I did this one at BYOB when I was there for, I believe it was June or May, when Aisha Therese was headlining. Yeah. This is from the prompt. Well, actually, the prompt for this poem is actually the name of the poem. And a little, like, what's the word? When it's like there's the title, but there's like something underneath in brackets. You know what I'm on about, right? Yeah. You will, Tom. Be patient. This is called Conversation to Your Expectation. Sub-bracket, am I writing on the correct subject? You lurk in the deepest, darkest corners of my mind, constantly brewing and tinkering with whatever pops in there. Koinor. Interacting with whoever or whatever you can get your mitts on, and trying to make them see your light, which is filled with many things except that. Whenever I'm doing anything poetry-related, you'll always fill me with your own set of questions that seem to revolve around the opposite of what I should have been asked. Most of the time, you always get the cold shoulder and no response from me, because I am not in the mood, and I never will be. And if you don't like it, then your child always will be, and there's the door. Over there. And there. And there. And there and there. Yeah, that's all. Thank you. So, if you liked what you heard, I am on many platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok, all under the same name of Mickey Angel. Every Saturday, I have my own spoken word show, Lyrical Lockdown, Mic Drop, although since we are in December, it's going to be a bit different. Check my page for more. And coming soon is the next episode of my poetry podcast, Angelic Sit Down, available on Spotify. The next episode, I'm having my good friend I know from the poetry scene outside of Birmingham, Emily Willard, who, if you don't know, is amazing, and a friend of mine from the great state of Canada, Carson Bodie, who, again, if you don't know, check her out. But yeah, also, this is the real Poetry Jam. Nothing like what London has with the Poetry Jam. We had it better, and we had it first. I'm done.
I think my hosting duties might be relinquished a bit here, so thanks for that. Yeah, thank you, Mickey. We're going to go for one more, and then we're going to go into a break. I feel like we've soaked up a lot of goodness, soaked up a lot of different kind of stuff, and I want to give the opportunity for anyone else that wants to sign up. So if you do want to sign up during the break, Jamie, could give us a little bit of a wave. Got Jamie at the back, wonderful Jamie. If you go over to her, give her your name, your performance name, social media handles as well, because we can share what you're doing out live as well. That's going to be a good opportunity. But we're going to close this act with another Josh, Josh the second, or he might have a different name. But can we give it for Josh, please, as he comes down?
Sorry, Tom, can I have a little bit down? Just a little bit. Thank you.
Can you just give it up for the shoes as well? Because the shoes are just a bit Christian. Whew. Interview.
Thank you. I'm going to jump straight into it. I'm not much for introductions. So, everyone take a piece of me. It's past the parcel. Every piece of me is just a partial. Any scene I leave behind, they won't get a partial. That's a fingerprint. I might linger till I have to sprint. There's not much of me left, but there's not much that's right. When I hit rock bottom, I never heard a knock at my door. Not many people care when you hit the floor. I'm trying to leave a mark behind before my mind goes blind. I might write my name in the sand. Zaki might say that's a brand, but I'm trying to make my life seem grand. Till the sea comes in and washes it away. My mind's been led astray and now I've become prey to the worst hunter. I need to bunker down in my mind because there's nowhere I can hide from me. These days all I can see is how the sea runs in at night time. Is it the right time to wonder if it too is running from itself? That might be a mistake, but there's too much at stake to bake the cake and eat it too. You can't have everything, but I wanted to keep every one. Not many people left, so I might just write them into these lines. Find myself wishing on a star. Every day I'm picking up new scars, and from afar I might just look like someone who's afraid to let go. I've strayed from my path and I've swayed from the math I've done and how my life would add up. So much has been divided. Maybe if you would have guided me, I might have decided on a better way. I might find it hard to get through the day, but I'm on guard, so I'll pray. But when I look up, all I see is the sun's glare. Maybe that's my lack of sight or my fright blinding me to something that's there, but I don't feel like I got a spare second to contemplate, so I'll just leave it there. Thank you.
Josh, man. Boy. Josh, you're bad, man. And in your church shoes as well. Go on. You need to give me them shoes for church, Josh. I'm loving them. I love them. Okay, can we give it for Josh one more time, please? Because that was bad. And can we give a louder round of applause for all the acts that have happened so far? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, we are going to go into the break. Do you want me to? Oh, man. I'm not saying, oh, man, I just forgot something. So we're going to have a bit of a break. There's an opportunity to go and get some drinks. I know some people got drinks at the bar. There should be a bar. Is it open downstairs or is it on this floor as well? Downstairs, so you know more than me. Okay, so you can get some drinks at the bar, bring them back here as well. There's toilets. I think the male's toilets you might have to go downstairs for as well. Sign up to Jamie at the back. But we've got another thing that we just need some support in doing. So as you will know, this is an opportunity that's free. There's been some amazing events that have happened for Poetry Jam, poetry events and spoken word and music, and they do put a charge on, which is, is great. Everyone needs a bit of money. The way that we get funded is through Arts Council, and we have to evidence who comes in the room, so we're not just saying a bunch of like the typical every people that normally go to these shows attend. We're trying to prove something a bit different. We're trying to show that anybody in the city can come, anybody from different backgrounds appreciate what happens. So we got some forms to fill out. It's about a page and a little bit at the back. Some of you might fill them out before. We're going to ask you to fill them out again. So Ruth is going to come round. Ruth, give us a bit of a wave. Don't be mean to her because I'm going to come for you. So we're going to go for about 10 minutes or so, 10 minutes, and we'll come back and carry on with the next acts. So see you in a bit. Give a round of applause for yourselves again before.
Hi everyone, sorry I can't join you this evening. Just wanted to share a little poem with you that I wrote inspired by the cold and windy weather that we've been experiencing recently, and then something a little bit more optimistic. This was a poem written by being challenged to use unusual words. So I've used imbiferous, which means rainy, arageous, which means stormy, and pifricor, which means the sweet smell after it rains. As ambitious days close in, we stay indoors and cleave to all which brings us comfort. Hold our loved ones closer as outrageous storm clouds pass overhead. We listen to the pattering of raindrops on our window panes and trust no matter how the storm may flatten trees and rattle doors, the world will find its peace once more and we will breathe life's peffergor again. And then another quick piece, which was a challenge to use as many festive, Christmassy themed words as I could in one poem. The joyful noise of jingle bells rings out across this silent night, the midnight sleigh rides, twinkling lights reflecting a blue Christmas in the sheen of newly fallen snow. We race through this winter wonderland to the warm, bright cheer of a welcoming fireplace, safe behind the frosted panes of windows striped like candy canes. The halls bedecked with joyful garlands, ribbons gathered into bows which decorate the gifts and stockings, evergreen wreaths and shining stars. We keep the cardinal traditions, leaving out an eggnog mug and a plate of fresh-baked sugar cookies should St. Nicholas come to call. And whether we've been naughty or nice, we'll bundle up in polar bear blankets, sip hop apple cider by a roaring fire, warm and safely tucked away from Jack Frost's creeping, freezing grasp, and doze to Noel carols as we wait for dawn.
We are all on a journey, simply trying to find our way. Sometimes we don't have our own say, and we don't know the difference between night or day. And so we sit here with our hands on our head, hoping soon we'll not come out dead. But upon our grind, one day, hope more we shall find. For you see, you and me, we deserve this. We deserve our trust. We deserve to be. We'll find our way.
Live music in Birmingham is back. Go to bmusic.co.uk.
All right, stop 1 second. Let's just sort this out right now. When I say make some noise, you need to sort your life out and make some serious noise. Yeah, like, I ain't joking here. All right, how we did, everybody? Make some noise. Better, you know. Jeez. Thank you just for coming back in this space. I hope you're feeling good. Hope you're feeling refreshed. And also not as cold. Is it me or is it just gone like freezing? And if you're watching that at a different time, mind your business. It's freezing at the moment where we are. People, turn up the heating. Pay that bill if you have to. Just do it. It's cold. Okay, so we're going to start back up with our next act, next performer. This is an amazing poet that I admire quite a lot, actually. We've got Zachariah in the house. Make some noise.
No, it's cool, bro, it's cool. It's my fault. How's everyone doing? Good? Thank you. Good. All right. Well, this piece I wrote about 3 weeks ago on the prompt, Sounds of the City. So I just thought 3 weeks ago, bonfire night, it's a lot of fireworks. Even now, I feel like there's a lot of fireworks still going on. I don't know why. But yeah, so this next piece is called Fireworks. We rejoice in the noise. On this side of the city, we rejoice. Sorry. We rejoice in the noise. On this side of the city, we enjoy the exploits. Explosions destroy, and missiles deploy. From the sky, the void, to the stars, they join. Colors in the sky, violence in the skies, copying the guy, switch forks for your knives. On this side of the city, the real side of the city. We're not privy to be pretty. There's no pity if you're pleading, if you're bleeding, if for whatever reason you need them. These people are heathens. On this side of the city, fireworks sound like fireworks. Fake explosions and nothing burns. It's all a lie and liars learn. No one's paid till the higher earns. Turn the corner and fire hurts. We're ashes kept in dire urns. There's no concern. We take in turn the toll of taking what's deserved. We're cold and shaking. Never heard. Thank you.
Big man. What you been eating? Jeez. Backside. Zachariah, always a big fan. I just love this feeling where you get into it and the stopper is just like. Do you know when you watch like something on free trial and then it just finishes and you're like, oh, I'm gonna have to pay now for this, you know. That's just how I feel. A lot of you performers out here, that's the feel I've been getting. Am I alone? Is it just me or is it no? Thank you. Okay, we're gonna go to the next performer as well. I'm looking forward to this one. Can we make some noise for Mia?
Hello. The bathroom light's very humbling. So if you're on this side, I'm sorry, because I thought my braid looked better than it did. If you're on this side, I'm really sorry. And also ignore my shit jeans. I thought I could get away with them, but I can't. But this is something which I wrote. I had like an idea for it, and I wrote it pretty much all in one go, and then I've refined it. So I probably will keep refining it down. But it's a journey, and like the trigger warnings are probably like, I don't know, just quite like a dark topic, and yeah. Let's go on a journey together. This is called A Dark Love Letter. The relationship began early as a child. I let myself think of you to comfort myself when I was alone. You were the only one there for me when I needed you. I thought of you to keep myself going when I wanted to give up. You told me you could take me away to somewhere better if things were too much. You had a better place for me than here. At first, I was scared of you, but I wanted peace so badly. I knew we would meet one day, but I wasn't ready yet. It was our secret. My desire for you grew as I did. As a teen, my longing for you became more real and less of a fantasy. I started to really know I meant it when I said I wanted to leave here for you. Everything about you felt right. Less scary, but rightly inevitable. I saw your name everywhere and our paths grew closer as I learnt more about you. I just knew we were meant for each other. I thought I was too young to speak of you as a child, but now I was a teenager, I knew I had more control of my choices. So I told my friends about how I felt about you. They got worried for me and my safety and told me I should forget about you. They warned me to stay away. I realized now I had spoken of you to others for the first time, that everyone knew of you. You had met so many people. However, it seems you were only spoken about in private. People didn't like hearing your name. Some even lowered their voice to speak of you. It upset some people. You made me feel uneasy too sometimes. I told my friends we wouldn't meet for a while. I lied about my intent with you. I just wanted to keep them happy, so I stayed here for the people around me. I felt it so deeply that we were meant to meet eventually. No one understood true fate. It felt like everything was leading to you. I just knew we would feel so peaceful together. I could finally let go of everything for you and leave everyone behind for good. I had secret days when I finally felt ready, but my nerves got the better of me. My friends found out in one way or another about my plans to leave and started waiting and watching me to keep us apart. Out of desperation of not wanting to lose me to you, they told me the dark truth about you and how many there were before me, how you took them and the awful methods they used, that this peaceful and better place you promised me was a complete lie. I was so upset and broken, I didn't know what to do. I did what I always did when I felt like giving up and turned to you for hope. I blamed myself more than I blamed you. I let you get in my head more than I ever had before, and I couldn't get you out. I started to resent you a little, but I couldn't get rid of my feelings towards you. I grew to hate the both of us for still wanting to be together. The whole thing made me feel awful. Finally, as an adult, I thought of you every day for months at a time. Sometimes I'd forget you for a while, but then I'd see something that would remind me of you, and the feelings would come flooding back. I couldn't escape my thoughts about you. I had tried many times. You wanted me and I had given up. I had given enough years for things to change, but I didn't feel strong enough to fight you off anymore. I was open to having my mind changed about you, but fate had only grown stronger as I aged. I couldn't fight anymore. I had accepted what was coming. Sadly, I knew it was time for us to finally meet, to plan the date, for me to leave here and go with you to a place far from beautiful. I wrote a note, listing my reasons and describing the pain I was in for my family and friends to read after I was gone. And even though I even thought about what outfit I should wear for our special day. I knew my friends would miss me, but we agreed it was best to leave no warning signs. They were to figure it out on their own if they wanted to save me from you. I made videos, voice notes, poetry, all about you. I left so many clues as a final cry for help. What I could not bring myself to say to others, I was so afraid of the control you had over me. Our time had finally come. Our relationship proved to be too strong. The note was written. It was time for my life as I knew it to end. It was time to leave for good. I was sick of the pain in this life. I was ready for you. I was ready to commit for you, suicide. I thought about everything, our relationship across my life, what you meant to me, my ongoing loyalty to you. Everyone had a story about you, and none of them were good. But there's something about you. You wouldn't leave my head, so I weighed up my relationships with others too, and the world around me. You had suffocated my mind and brought me pain from the start. I couldn't think clearly with you here. I refused to sacrifice all I have for you. It was time to end our 20-year relationship. My friends were right that I didn't truly want to meet you. You were no good for my safety. You never cared about anyone in my life. You even fed me lies to get me to come with you. I was exhausted by you. I cut you off for good. My friend introduced me to someone else. I was skeptical of you at first, but I took a chance. I fell in love straight away, and I haven't looked back since. I still think of suicide sometimes, but not in the same way. I would never go back. I don't want to. Our time together is part of my journey, but it belongs in the past. I'm finally in a happy relationship now, and my friends are overjoyed at the news. You showed me what I had missed my whole life. You make me feel lighter every day instead of heavier. You celebrate who I am and make me smile at the worst of times. We haven't been close for long, but you give me more than suicide could have ever given me, and I really see us making it long-term together. They introduced me to life. I didn't know I could be peaceful with anyone else, but life is full of surprises. Life has given me so much, I can't believe I almost never noticed the gift. The one truly, for me, was hidden in plain sight all along. It was the best chance to take with you. We have such a bright future together. We secured our long-term commitment to each other straight away. I am committed to you, life, for you are my destiny, my forever. I have finally found the one for me. I am so in love with you. I am married to you, life. Thank you very much. My Instagram is Mia Carmen Poetry, and I have a page which is like for like social justice and everything, basically, called the Empathy Movement. It's also on Instagram. If you believe in compassion, empathy, respect for one another, and that aligns with your core principles, then I definitely recommend checking out my page. Thank you very much.
Mia, you just want to come and just drop that and just make us all be like, wow, wow. Can we just give that a round of applause up again? Because, wow, I think that just reminded me, as much as everything that I've seen in the past year, you know, we've been in lockdown and it's been difficult. You know, there's not many spaces where people can come and express themselves truly, freely, without judgment, in a safe space, without kind of like consequence and stuff like that. And it's just a powerful thing. You know, sometimes you don't realise what it's like until it's just gone and we're locked down and we can't interact with each other. It's a bit different. Sometimes there's a bit of healing in a room that can take place. There's a bit of liberation for people, inspiration. There's first timers. Man, I feel like a poet now. Just, why? I'm bad. But appreciate, like, don't take these kind of things for granted. And you just reminding us about those things. So just thank you for that. We're going to move on. We're going to go to Rihanna next. So can we make some noise for Rihanna? She comes and graces the stage for us. And just check the jacket as well, you know. It's not... Come on. Go on.
Thanks. You know. Okay, I've got two. The first one was like 6 lines. But the second one, it was my mum's birthday yesterday, so I think it's only right to do one for her. So basically, I've decided I'm going to commit myself for not next year, 2023. I'm aiming to release a book. I want to write a book. And so the the first page in my book is literally 6 lines long, and hopefully, well, when it happens, hopefully, I want it to be called All 4 Seasons. So it starts like, everything is art to me. Living, breathing, poetry. I'm so sorry. I forgot what I was talking about. Everything is art to me. Living, breathing, poetry. The ground stays still, but it carries me. The rain kisses. Oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot it. I've actually forgot it. No, I genuinely can't remember. I genuinely cannot remember. It's been a minute. It's been 2. Damn it. I have to get it up another time. But this one here is called Things I Wish I Could Tell My Mother. And, she's probably watching, so, happy belated birthday. But, hey, Mom. Today wasn't my best day. My mind felt encaged. I was afraid of myself again. You said you love the person that I'm becoming, but I'm scared of who I've became. People say the only way to bring out the best in you is to be the best that I can be. But you told me you believed in me. You've been there for me, more than I, shy from the big things because big things are great. There is no I in great. But you can't spell great without the E, so I guess the great is in me. You've come along this journey with me. You've held my hand. You've taught me to stand my ground and to never give a damn what anyone has to say about that, to say about me. And I think the biggest lesson you could have ever teach me is to never shy from being my personality, my identity, because the one thing that could never take away from me. I don't know where I would be without you. I think the entire world would be lost too. I think this is a letter for all the things I wish I could actually say to you. You carry the world on your shoulders. Your shoulders are underneath the world, but you still deliver the entire universe to my doorstep. To build a house, you need 4 walls, windows. You need 4 walls, windows, and a few doors. You're 500 miles away from yours. You fought wars, you fought battles to build what we have. And alone, you built a home with more than just windows, with more than just walls, with love that overflows these 4 walls. You're actually my hero, my idol, my inspiration. You've gifted me this drive, this determination, dedication. You gifted me life. And even if my world is black and white, I'd still be able to see the colors of your devotion. Even if I was completely blind, I'd still see the rawness of every emotion. But hey, Mom, today wasn't my best day. My mind felt encaged. I was afraid of myself again. You said you love the person that I'm becoming, but I'm scared of who I became. People say the only way to bring out the best in me is to be the best that I can be. But you told me you believed in me. You've been there for me, more than I, shy from the big things because big things are great. There is no I in great. We can't spell great without the E, so I guess the great is in me. I'm going to be greater than anyone ever expected me to be. I'm coming for everything they said that I couldn't have. I'm kicking down doors that they closed. Only God knows how far I'll actually go. Impossible only exists when you say it does. But Mommy said she believed in me. She's been on this journey with me. She held my hand. She taught me to stand my ground and to never give a damn what anyone has to say about that, to say about me. The biggest lesson she could ever teach me was to never shy from showing my personality, my identity, because it's the only thing no one could ever take away from me.
Wow. Ray, your birthday was like, you were 18 earlier this year, weren't you? Come on. I'm just saying, innit? Like, just a bit of context as well. When we were in lockdown, straight away we moved online, and we've been working and adapting the best way we can. So that's why we film online, and it was an opportunity to meet some new people. And for myself, I got to meet Ray, who reached out, and I didn't realise probably about a couple of months in, because she said it in a poem, she's like, yeah, and I'm 17, and I'm like, what? So I just want to just encourage you, if you're a bit nervous or it's your first time, don't let any restrictions come to you. Just come as you are. And now she's going to be writing a book. So now what? We're going to move on. We've got a few more acts to go. So we've got Ellie Wade. Yeah. Make some noise. I like the trainers as well.
Thank you. School. This one is about school. I wrote it about a year ago. I'm someone who benefits from the schooling system, but not everyone does, and that doesn't sit right with me. So, Charlie was a good kid. Always did as he was told, even at 4 years old. He put his thoughts on hold and let his mind be fed with facts. He put his head down and hand up. Worked hard, then worked even harder to figure out what exactly he was working towards, hoping for some excessive reward, but knowing he'd have to settle for all he can afford. He's been taught from the start what to strive for. Banker, not bus driver, not working an hour for less than a fiver with ballet shoes or screwdrivers. Results get you to the next institution. Your contribution to society, the evolution of humanity, has reduced little Charlie to his marks, because grades are the key. In 20 years' time, toddlers will stumble around with briefcases and CVs. School breeds us to be nobodies. Charlie wants to draw, but he also wants a house and stability. Which one do you want more? The system is unsympathetic, and Charlie struggles with maths. He just doesn't get it. But he's not pathetic. He's more athletic. He's more poetic than athletic. Told he has a bad work ethic when he's just not academic. Come inside with your books and your scores. Leave your individuality there at the door. Go into law or accounting. The workload is mounting. Don't be an artist. Don't be a dancer. No time for hobbies. Remember the answers. You can't always live with mommy. His childhood body is already a zombie. He's learnt to crush his own dreams before he can dream them. But give him a pencil and paper. He can make thoughts tangible. He's a translator. He's a maker, a shaper, a decorator. He makes it feel real. He's an animator. He'll draw nature, neighbours, restaurant waiters. His hand doesn't stop. It could go on for acres. But society is a dictator. Weapon of choice, a massive eraser. So, he puts his head down and hand up. Works hard, discards art for a credit card, goes from flashcards to business cards, the 9-to-5 life, children and a wife, whilst he carries art as his pocket knife, knows it could slice everything he's worked for in two. And what can you do when you have a family who depend on you? Lily is a good kid, puts her head down and hand up, the hand with the same gift as her father's. Lily finds a sketchbook in the attic around the age of 10, turns each page gently, then looks through it again. She brings it to her father, who hands Lily a pen. She's not very good yet. She hasn't drawn in ages, but practice, Charlie said, fill all the empty pages. With every finished picture, she rushed to show her biggest applauder. Charlie promised then, come hell or high water, they've taken this from him, but they will not take it from his daughter. We all have talents, but society intervenes. School guides us to what benefits them, like a pinball machine that spits you out at 18. But knowledge is power, and we're wise beyond our years, wise beyond our syllabus, wise beyond our fears. You've taught us all you can, but we'll take it from here. We can forge our own purpose, be our own puppeteers. It's clear that you think our heads are in the clouds. But just watch. We'll make ourselves proud. Thank you.
Wow, wow. I'm gonna have to come back to you a bit later because that was, yeah. I need a minute to process a bit of that. So, yeah, let's just give another round of applause while I process a little bit. Wow, that was really really good. Like, can we get Instagram? And if you lost that, either ask her again or check our Instagram, and we'll be tagging Ellie in that as well. But yeah, that really spun me, man. Thank you. We're going to go to our next performer. We've got quite a few more just before we finish. Jada. Now, Jada, just as before you come up, sometimes I'll use you as a thermometer of how good a performance is, because your facial expressions tell everything. Like, I don't know if anyone's seen, but that's how I gauge. So if you're good, Jada will let you know. Trust me. If you're hearing the clicks first, it's Jada. But can we just give some round of applause for Jada as well, and the outfit as well, because it's looking crisp. Come on.
Everybody looking at me. Thank you. Cheers. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Poetry Jam. So, the poem that I'm going to do today, I'm in my Swanlight mode, just to be clear. But the poem I'm going to do today is called In My Feelings. And it's just sort of exploring that period of difficulty where you let go of love and you embrace the change of the fact that a relationship is somewhat over. It's that space that I'm talking about. So, in my feelings, somewhere between hurt and healing, my heart bleeding ink and courage onto this page, tattooed, scarred in blood, shattered with heartbreak. What's it gonna take? I crave your fingers touching my skin, infused memories trapped in songs, beating within. Addicted to what you could be, rather than what you are. Inhaled sin, eyes rolled back, billowing clouds, shooting stars. I can't underpin the sorrow I hold inside. My tears ebb and flow, ferocious like tides. Sinking slowly below the surface of emotion, allow myself to drown in the depths of God's ocean. As I sit in silence in this loud, crowded room, present, but I'm not present. As I fight down tears so the conversation can resume, because talk of my pain would be considered unpleasant. My smile is measured in what puts others at ease, emotion tethered to what my heart needs. I know it's not you. It's just so hard to let you go. Can I cry my ugly tears in a room on my own, where I'm not mom, nor daughter, nor sister, nor friend, where I'm just a broken heart making peace with an end, with the end of a time, a lesson, a season. Whether wrong or right, I pass a line for a reason. So sick of this requirement to be strong all the time, it feels good to be honest with myself and be freed from my pride. I loved you, and that's the most painful thing to admit. Why should it be painful to be honest about it? Is it because I still see you living a life without me in it, in a role that should have been mine? This heart was invested, angry, rejected, my love protecting our empire, collection of conversations empowering you beyond your visions, said with chest, honouring our progress, honouring this mission, or at least what I thought was our mission, or I thought was progress. As that thought resounds and drowns out the increase of my tempo, my feelings collide with anger. Love seems so temperamental. Fleeting and flowing, remembering and knowing who you are, what we were, was uniquely experiential. So I'm in my feelings. I may laugh. I may cry. I'm going to be in my feelings. I'm not going to hide. From how I'm feeling, I'm going to trust the process, make peace with the healing. God will look after the rest. My handle is Jada_Kiss_X. And on my page, I've got bits of poetry. I only started doing poetry from September when I attended the first poetry jam. But I'm very much interested in equality, like political issues. I'm an economics major, graduate, let me rephrase, but major, in my opinion. But I like political issues, and I think equality is very much a thought that I like to explore on my page, so thank you.
I didn't know September. Go on. So the next act, I hope I'm assuming it to be correct. I've got Caleb, and he's going to be beatboxing. Big man. Every time I tell you, I tell your trainers every time I see you, but I forgive you. I forgive you. If you're good, I'll let you off. Let's make some noise one more time. Come on. Now, give me some bubble wrap, and I think I'll be able to do the same, to be honest. But that's neither here or there. That's neither here or there. That's a gift, man. And that's what I love, a chance for expression to do that. So if you've got something that you want to share, we've had comedians come down before, and we've had singers come as well. So it's not just restricted just to poetry. It's a place of saying your truth, expressing that. So, hey, bring something different. I love it. We're going to continue. We've got a few more acts just before we finish for tonight. We've got Camille. Camille in the house. Come on. I'm loving the cardigan as well, by the way.
It's not the right kind of clothing for today, though, to be honest. I wish I wore it. I'm going to be beatboxing as well. I'm not, obviously. I can't beatbox. Well done. That was so good. Wow. I'm going to do a piece about Handsworth, because I used to work there until very recently. And I really like poems that kind of, like geographical poems that kind of capture, I guess, the area at a specific time in history, because I think, that's really important to capture those. The nail shop where the girls get their hedges trimmed are having a closing down sale. Everything must go. Everything. A father reduced to a babbling phase waits at the bus stop, reads a poster through a perspex sheet advising he invest in a private pension. Banks are a rip-off. At least the mattress doesn't charge you to take out your cash, he texts his son. The white boy in the bank queue didn't like how the black security guard spoke to him. Don't think I won't bang you out. My cardigan. Abdi was rude, waved him in to avoid the grief. The queue heaved. Letitia knows this road biblically, to and fro. Different outfit today, same shoes. Anyone who still carries change will place schizophrenia and homelessness on a scale but seek equilibrium in her narrow smile. "Excuse me." "You've been excused," said the red-wigged tourist. "Suck your mom," replied the concrete. I'm sorry, Caleb. The deltoids on these two aunties swell. Iceland bags of frozen magnums and fresh aubergines. That's how you build arms that can carry a generation. Between Punjabi sarcasm, loose dentures will not deport their laughs. They know better than to go to that samosa shop, the one everyone knows has mice. Dealers loiter outside the bookies, rotate like wax on, wax off. Eye contact mistakes me for a Fed, and used scratch cards are kicked up like autumn leaves. And when the armored door closes, it takes all the air with it. And someone's anemic uncle scuttles into the Polish shop to make himself useful. The Kurds greet you with choni, bashi, and complimentary shorba, cigarette smiles, and a swarm of bittersweet aftershave. You would not know the smoke that exiled them. Step cuts were the rage back in our day. Trends circle back around like a blade bus. A boy rides to an audience of phones while the paramedics ask to stand back because of the Rona. And you will comment as you hold back his tongue to the lady using her bomber jacket to pillow his chaotic neck. 20 minutes is pretty good for an ambulance this time of day. And for a boy with this skin, this time of life. We called the number on his phone. Bobby asked what epilepsy medication he was taking. Bobby said he didn't know. We joked fathers are useless everywhere. Thank you.
Camilla, I love that, man. I love that so much. And I was trying to picture some of those roads because I grew up in Handsworth. So I was either Soho Road, Rookery Road, definitely Soho Road. I think it was a bit of Rookery Road as well because there's a bit of foolishness that go on around there. Handsworth's a good place, you know. When it wants to be, it's good. It's all good. We're going to move on. We've got just an amazing poet here coming up. And Cole, I'll let you come up in a second, but you've been doing some cool stuff in this year as well. And, you know, I'll let you speak about it a bit more and stuff like that. But one of the things that, I guess just before Cole comes up, is that there's just amazing things that are going on. Like, you know, with Beat Freaks, we put this on just so that it's a beacon for people to come and it's a recognisable thing. But our aim really, and especially going to next year, is that people like yourselves are just doing stuff your own thing. You know, it's not a competition. We just want to breed the more things that are going on. And Cole, I'll let you just talk a little bit about what happened last week as well as your poetry. But there's amazing stuff going on. Like 2022 is not a joke, people. Like, just that's for yourselves, really. It's not about us. But if you've got any ideas or any thoughts that you want to do, come and speak to me. We can put you in the right direction. We can at least just have a conversation. If you've got some ideas about what's going on, let's have a chat. Let's see who we can connect you with and all that goodness. So, got 3 more acts to go. We're going to go with Kohinoor. Make some noise.
Hi, everyone. So I'm Kohinoor. I go by the poetry page of Scribings of an Insomniac. Firstly, I want to say thank you to Beat Freaks for this space, as always, and also for fuel funding. So my best friend Ryan and I, who's another poet you might know, Ryan Dre Sinclair, we had this vision where we wanted to empower poets, and we came up with Empower Poetry, and we launched our pilot event last week, and a lot of you were there, so thank you for supporting that. Beat Freaks helped us with fuel funding, and so did Art Gallery. Which enabled us to get like equipment, pay the artists and stuff like that, because it's important to make sure that people are seen and also that they're paid, because at the end of the day, exposure doesn't pay the bills. So I've got two short pieces. They're kind of like uplifting and affirmative pieces. I think this piece is from one of my collections, which I've not published yet, I know. Everyone keeps asking about the book, but bear with me, please. This is called Dear Child. Dear child, do you think that when ships have embarked to conquer lands, when mountains have imploded, when nations have perished, when the lepers have been cured, when the moon has been split in half, when diamonds have formed deep in the core of the earth from sheer pressure, when saplings have sprouted forth in toxin-barren wastelands, that God does not listen to the aching lament in your heart, that he will not heal your hurt, that you too will not rise from the ashes like the phoenix. Rise, dear child, rise. The universe and galaxy awaits you. So that was the first one. And the second one is, so I grew up a lot on like folklore and like mythology and stuff like that, and Shakespeare and just literature in general. So you'll find elements of that in my pieces. It's called The Forgotten Children of Eden. The forgotten children of Eden built an empire in the shadows from the ruins of the love they had crucified. They had made pure of the unholy, saints out of heathens, knights of the seethen, queens of the beggars' maidens. From that first stolen kiss they released quivers up to heaven, arrows piercing angels who fell into the stars, scattering stardust like fireflies to remember them by. So don't look upon the forgotten children of Eden, for they scribe with crooked quills and deceiving pens, tales of the broken, and they'll lead you to the lion's den where they recite sweet, enticing poetry, with lips memorizing your face like litanies, whilst dancing in a slow-burning room, where you'll find your resting place amongst the ashes. And that was that piece. Thank you.
Wow. Thanks for that, Kohinoor. We're coming into the end of the night. We've got 2 more acts to go. I know, but I've got to go to bed as well. And watch I'm a Celebrity. So, how have people found it so far? Has it been good tonight? Yeah? Been all right? Okay, all right, jeez. If you're watching live, let us know in the comments as well if you've enjoyed it. We're also open to feedback as well. If you want to get in touch just a bit more, just to have a bit of chat or a bit of time to talk, I'm available. You can talk to me at tom@beatfreaks.com or just message us directly at Instagram or Twitter. Just give us a shout and we can put some time in just to have some chats because we recognise making space is important. We're going to go for, we've got 2 more acts. We've got Namal, if I've said it correctly. Make some noise now. Come on, let's not. You know how it goes. Come.
Hi, everyone. All right, so I am new to Birmingham. And it's the first time I'm attending a spoken word event and performing, so, right. So I've moved here to do a creative writing course, and I moved from Dubai. And do we know about UAE, Dubai? Yeah, cool, awesome. So the piece that I'm going to be doing is, it's called Third Culture Kid. And just a little reference, there's some places that I'll talk about, like Sharjah is another city in the UAE. And yeah, when you're born in the Middle East, they don't really give you a passport, they don't nationalize you, so you still belong to the place where your parents are from. So it's a little confusing. So, as the title goes, Third Culture Kid. I carry this green book with me that defines my origins. If I walked around with the cover of this book, with its gold-embossed emblem proclaiming I am part of a nation, there would be confusion. Because when I speak with an accent unoriginal to my country of origin. I pronounce perfect Arabic syllables, the perfect has and khas. I speak English fluently, traces of American and British, and nervousness because sometimes I don't know how to pronounce them all. But none of these have anything to do with my green book, my passport. You see, my mother tongue is Urdu, but my first language is English. I am good at both, but not great at any. I was born not in the country of my green book. I was raised not amongst the rickshaw-ridden streets or the mango-laden trees of Karachi. I was born on foreign land in a hospital that is now an old people's home, somewhere by the Quran roundabout, in a place with lots of villas in Sharjah. I was raised in the heat of the scorching desert and among air-conditioned skyscrapers, a country where the people speak their khas and ghas with the epiglottis, where the seasons are 2, not 4, where Arabic is the spoken language, but it's okay if you know English, or bits and pieces of Urdu or Hindi because Bollywood is big here, and just about everything else. Life is different here between this home and that home, between not knowing, not appreciating, not relating, to growing older, comprehending, and finally accepting. To knowing the difference between belonging somewhere and being rooted somewhere. And not knowing where that difference prevails. You see, I still feel foreign. For my cousins back home, I'm foreign, Pardesi, non-resident of Pakistan. For me at my home, I'm foreign too. Mughtarib, expatriate in Arabic. And I always wonder who or what is for me. I can never claim to love anyone more or less or the same because no matter how much I belong to the both, I will still remain foreign. Thank you.
Wow. Imal, that was beautiful, man. And I think some people know Dubai. I wanted to go myself, but I needed to check my finances, so I gotta pay my bills before I go there, you know. But thank you for bringing that here. Like I just never thought about those things, and it's just really beautiful how you presented that. We've got one more just perform, so I want you just to make like super duper noise. Fatima, come on.
Hi, faves. The thing is, I'm not that original now because I was thinking about it. I was like, I'm just gonna be like, hi. Like, I'm like not from Birmingham, but look, you did the whole segment. I'm like, darn it, I need to think of something else. Okay, so my other ones, yeah, like it's like first time performing poetry. I'm just like a bit anxious. So like, can we like make some noise? Yeah. So that was a lie. Just don't believe anything anyone ever says to you, like ever. Okay, and this mic at this height adds to the feeling that I feel like I think I'm 6'3". Everything is a construct, right? So I can believe this, but this is too tall. So I'm just like, don't worry, I've got this. See, I'm not new to this, so don't worry. So I'll just get started. This is still really high, actually. See, my height dysmorphia is really getting to me right now, but it's okay, don't worry. Thank you, though. I really appreciate it. So I have 2 poems. Also, sorry, if anyone wants to be my friend, I'm new. Like, please. Please, I look shy. Okay. Also, like, I'm like a comedian, like with a small C. So, like, just anyone want some jokes is from me. And also the London slander I heard. But like I'm overpowered again, so of course, always slander London, always. It's still too hot, right? Oh, we've got more London. Okay, yay, London in the house. Okay, so I do have a poem because I do apparently still do poetry. So this poem is more serious. So like, we're gonna be serious now. It's called Lost in Translation. I can't seem to find the brother I once knew. He roamed these streets 6 years before I had the pleasure to meet him. Built a metal cage, allergic to emotions. He experienced raindrops transitioning into puddles. He's the main character in a movie showered with film extras, allowing himself to evaporate into thin air, not giving himself a chance to breathe. Life should not always be grey skies. His hands like slippery ice. I can't seem to find the brother I once knew. Like time, the shorthand holds onto him more than I ever could. Asking for help wasn't his strong suit. Neither was being transparent, slip and slide his struggles into a leather brown suitcase. I wonder how long it will take for gravity to take its toll, when his limbs stop responding to the injustice he's placed upon them. Accept my olive branch, maintain its roots firmly underground, and water it daily. Thank you, Faith. So now on to my second poem. You blessed me before I even knew your name, giving me the best example of a woman, and for that, I thank you. I used to run around reckless, lacking any sense of direction. No matter how many turns I take, you protect me. Some days I lay awake wondering. Some things can only be healed by a mother's touch. She has the ability to carry the world on her back and only share her worries with the oft forgiving. She taught me that some days it may seem like the world is crashing down, and that's okay. It will all be okay. She said, live through it. Never hold on to anything for too long. Every moment has to end. Place that trust in your creator and love the woman you are right now. The future you will thank you for it later. Show your gratitude by thanking him during the third of the night. Whilst prostration, cry to him. He knows your condition better than you know yourself. Ar-Raqib, the ever-watchful guardian, guide my wandering soul when I'm fooled by this world and guide me when I least deserve it. And that's it again. So like, if anyone wants to be my friend, let me know. If anyone just wants to laugh at my jokes, again, I'm so happy for that. So that's it. My name's Fatima. If you want to follow me on socials, I think I made a pun. So it's Oh Dairy Me, but Dairy's my surname. So it's DIRIYE, Oh Dairy Me. Okay. So thank you.
Can we give another round of applause? That was an experience, and that was a show in itself. Come on, batting me up as well. It's just I'll let you off. Well, people, we've come to the end of the year. This has been, I think we've done about 6 live in person, and you've kept with us online as well. And regardless of what's going to happen or whatever the conditions are, there's always going to be a space and platform for people to express themselves. So thank you so much. Thank you to everybody that comes consistently. Thank you for the new people. If you want to explain what Poets Jam is, the best thing to do is just take them there, because you'll get it. Like most people, you'll see some new staff that come, and they want to find out what Poets Jam is, or someone that's new. Just get them in the space and they'll get it. That's the best way to explain it. But thank you so much. Just want to thank you. Our live streams at the back as well. Make some noise. That make it happen. We've got our B Music staff as well. So we've got audio and just staff that's just hanging about. Make some noise as well. We've got our amazing team in Jamie and Ruth as well. Give them a round of applause. Give a round of applause for yourselves as well. Amazing. And can you give me a... Thank you. Just get a bit nervous there. Okay, so just before we go, just a quick announcement. We are obviously going to be allowing you to have your holiday break. January is also a bit of a break for B Music staff as well, so we're going to be looking to do it online, allow you to take your time, have your Christmas or whatever holiday break that you need. And in February, we're actually going to come back with a bang. So it's going to be our 9th birthday. We're going to go really, yeah. So if you want to get me a present, just do that. Allow them lots. You just give it to me. But we're going to come back really like an amazing show. We're going to let you know some more details in the coming weeks, probably the next month or so. So just stay tuned on that. Follow us at Beat Freaks. Now, go home, do what you're going to do. You hang around a little bit if you want to chat. Thank you very much. See you in a bit.